Hey guys, Marcinkin here bringing you Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so yeah, I was wrong. I made a video yesterday about this banner coming out today for Christmas, so I guess first of all, Merry Christmas, and second of all, sorry. This banner has come out on Global. This is the Tanabata Festival banner that releases on JP alongside the Tanabata unit every year, and then for Global comes out on Christmas Day. Now, obviously, this year things were different. The Tanabata unit came out way earlier for Global, came out right as the anniversary was ending, which is a couple of months earlier than usual. But we didn't get this banner with it like JP does. So realistically, I mean, I had people commenting on that video yesterday that were like, yeah, we're not getting this, like, because of the sync or whatever. But realistically, there was no real reason to assume that we weren't getting it, because we've gotten this banner on Christmas Day every year for the last few years. And most importantly, Global then doesn't have this banner, or didn't get this banner. Now, arguably, you can say, you know, the Broly and Beast Gohan returned because of the Black Friday banners. TEQ Goku technically hasn't returned on JP outside of the same celebration he was released in, because this banner came out at the same time as his release banner. But obviously for Global, he came out at the same time, a little bit later on, but with just the one banner, and this banner didn't exist. So I guess in theory, with what we talked about yesterday in the video, like, this banner's not really important in the grand scheme of things, because if you wanted to pick up Broly and Beast after the anniversary, especially with like red coins more so than summoning, then we did have those Black Friday banners not long ago where you would have been able to do so. And as I talked about in the video yesterday, when this banner comes back for the first time for Global, which is usually at Christmas, even though the Tanabata banner for the original release usually is in November, when this banner comes out for Christmas, the main Tanabata unit, which would have been UI Goku, isn't available with red coins. So that's one of the main things I talked about in the video yesterday, that if we were getting this banner coming out today for Christmas Day, then Goku wouldn't have been available with red coins anyway, which is super annoying, because obviously he came out ages ago, he's coming back on a banner. Usually that means the unit is available with coins, but that's how Global has always done this Christmas banner. But of course, as you guys probably know by now, if you've logged into the game, or if you've been on Twitter and seen obviously like places like the Harry, the guy that runs Dokkan Info, his account automatically tweets when there's like news updates and stuff. And so yeah, there was no tweet about like the banner coming out or Winter Celebration Part 2. So there is no Christmas Day banner, there is no UI Goku return banner, and I was wrong. So there you go. The what do I guess I have to do, like one of the, well, I have to do the like YouTuber apology video now, right? So I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. But yeah, so no Christmas Day banner, no return of UI Goku. Now the thing is, like I said, a couple of people in the comments were like, oh no, we're not getting this banner, bro, it's not in the news or anything. And it's like, I showed in the video yesterday, I'm going to bring it up again here. This is the news update from last year. The Winter Campaign Part 2. This was the news update that had the information about the banner in it. And it came out on Christmas Day. Like, there's the date, right? Like, this banner, the news for the banner being in the game literally came out the day it came out. So when I put the video out yesterday and there was nothing in the news to say that there was going to be a Christmas banner, that didn't actually mean anything, because even last year on Christmas Eve, right up until what would have been midnight UK when this was posted at the normal daily reset, there was nothing in the news to say that this banner was coming out on Christmas Day. And then the update was at midnight, which was a good few. I think by the time I put that video up yesterday, it was about 7 PM UK time. So I was expecting to see some kind of news update or something within like 5 hours or so. But obviously there wasn't. I mean, at the end of the day, like I say, I was wrong that this banner isn't coming to the game. But yeah, people were saying, like, the reasons people were saying that like the banner wasn't coming, you know, like I say, I showed in that video this news page. They didn't announce the banner until basically the day it came out. So we're not getting this, unfortunately. We did get an update to say a bunch of content that we are getting, but I should point out, like, with the sync, things have obviously changed quite a lot, and we talked about the Black Friday banners and stuff like that, but the overall takeaway for this is that, like, Global just isn't getting this banner then, I guess. Now, like I said, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really make a huge difference because it's not like JP got an extra rerun of UI Goku that Global didn't get, because this banner was out at the same time that TEQ UI Goku released on JP anyway. So he was just on two different banners that were out at the same time, and then those banners went away, and obviously Tanabata for JP is in July, and he hasn't been back since then. So this is one of the things I mentioned in the video yesterday as well, is it would have essentially just been like an extra bonus, like W for Global, for this banner to have come out on Christmas Day. It means that UI Goku would have returned for the first time on Global, but not have returned on JP yet. But that's not outside the realm of possibility, because remember, for the Gotenks banner, they did what we really hadn't expected and put Jiren on the same banner as Gotenks, releasing on Global, but then they didn't put Jiren on the banner on JP, even though that's the usual time slot where the Part 2 Tanabata LR returns for the first time. So if anything, before the banners came out for Gotenks, people's assumption was that Jiren was going to be on the banner for JP, but not on the banner for Global, and then it was the other way round. So Jiren released on Global, but didn't return for JP. So whilst it's obviously a slightly different scenario, there was still, of course, the possibility that this unit was going to release or re-release for Global and not for JP. Wouldn't have been available with red coins anyway, so it's a banner that, as we talked about in that video yesterday, you probably shouldn't have been summoning on regardless. But even so, it's interesting to think that this is just a banner that Global just didn't get and isn't going to get, basically. So let me know what you guys think about that. But we did get this, the information on upcoming content. Obviously, we know we have maintenance starting tomorrow, or it's tomorrow morning for me, early. It's like 2 a.m. till 7 a.m. To add all of this stuff in. And once that maintenance is over, we'll have all the information about like the exact banner time and all that kind of stuff. So they mentioned the new events that we saw in the producer letter, the Daima story event where we can farm the Daima Goku. So if you made a mistake with your previous one with the copies, or you want to change his hidden potential or something, he is now farmable. I assume the Vegeta will be as well. It doesn't say on the splash art, but maybe he won't be till they add more stages, but that should be available from this event as well. Then we have the challenge event for getting EX skill orbs, and then the once per day event to get EX skill orbs for the demonic power category. So that's very cool. We have a new stage being added to the intensifying fights event. It's been a while since they've added one of these, so that's very cool. Obviously this is the event where by doing different things during one of the phases, you can end up fighting like a different boss. Those events have always been kind of interesting, so I wonder whether this will be Daima related or whether it will run alongside the other bits we got and be Majin Buu Saga related. Be interesting to see what this is going to be. We're also getting stage 88 of Super Battle Road, which is Power Beyond Super Saiyan. I mean, with all the options available, this should be a very quick and easy no items run. We're also getting stage 66 of Extreme Super Battle Road, which is Connected Hope. Bit more of a limited category than Power Beyond Super Saiyan, but definitely shouldn't be too much trouble. And then interestingly, Burst Mode for Red Zone Majin Buu Saga. Now, it doesn't say which stage it is, but that's certainly very interesting, having a burst mode for a red zone stage, because one of the things that we talk about when we do the burst mode missions, when I do my videos, is the fact that like you can get away with some of these modifiers, like giving a little bit of extra attack and stuff like that, because the base numbers that you're working from are a Dokkan event. Whereas obviously a red zone stage is already a lot harder. So if you start putting things on like, you know, the boss has 200% extra attack, then you're essentially putting yourself in a situation where the boss's super attack is like one-shotting anyone on your team, especially if the stage ends up being Kid Buu. I imagine it will probably be the Buu, like minions, Barbady's army, I think it is, right? Stage 1, because you've got Barbady's army, Super Buu, the transformation one that goes through like the Buuhan all the way up to Buff Buu, and then Kid Buu. I mean, the Barbady's army one can be tricky because it's multiple 2 enemy fights, but it's probably the easiest one of the 4, being stage 1. The Super Buu one's kind of crazy because he has an AoE. So if you start giving him attack buffs and then he AoE supers in slot 1, that's going to be very, very tricky to get through. But yeah, it's certainly going to be interesting to see what stage that will be. But yeah, all this new content, we'll find out from the data download exactly when these bits are coming out. As I said yesterday in the video where we talked about the banner, this stuff should all be coming out on the 27th, Friday morning for me, like UK and EU, late on the Thursday evening for the US. I imagine they'll do the typical thing where they just drop all of this stuff all at once rather than spanning it out. But once we've had the maintenance over and the data download tomorrow, we will see all of that info, so we'll know exactly when the stuff is coming out. So let me know what you guys think down below. What are you looking forward to out of all of this stuff? How do you feel about Global not getting a Christmas banner for the first time in a good few years? Like, it's not even necessarily a huge issue that it's not this banner in particular. It's just kind of strange that we didn't get a Christmas banner, because we got a banner that came out on Christmas Day with like ticket packs and sales and stuff, and we're just not getting that now, and we're just getting the New Year stuff coming out on the 26th/27th instead. So let me know what you guys think about that, all the stuff down below in the comment section. Sorry, like I say, I mean, at the end of the day, I had no reason to think that it wasn't going to come out. It's come out on Christmas Day every year for the last few years. Hasn't been announced until the last minute anyway, as we can see from here. So when I made that video yesterday, I obviously very much fully believed that this banner was coming out today. And then it did not. So sorry again, but I hope you're all having a good Christmas. I'll be back with video to talk about the data download stuff tomorrow. Be live again probably the next time tomorrow evening on the second channel, and then obviously we'll be live Friday morning to summon for Goku and Glorio. So hope you guys have a good Christmas. That is going to be it for the video. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.